Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome to the second part of the full PvP guide for Enhancement Shaman for 10.2.5 patch of the Dragonflights expansion, in which I'm going to be presenting you the rotation guide, aka how you should play, what should be your spell priority, and if there are some tricks or some different combinations, you will also hear it here. So, without any further ado, let's just jump straight into the rotation. So, the way I'm gonna be explaining things and talk about everything is like it's from beginners, and it will be moving on to the high end, because I know that there is a lot of beginner shamans who have switched from another class. So, I just wanna be good to everyone and showcase it, so just sit back, relax, and enjoy this. Anyway, build, talents and everything that I'm using I presented in a previous video, which you should watch before this if you're interested to hear about everything about the gear, about talents and stuff. These are the talents that I'm using. You can just throw away look, but in the previous video I explained them in the details, so again, make sure to check that. And this is what I'm gonna be showcasing the rotation on. So, before you enter the fight, obviously you want to apply your shields, apply your weapon enchants, so of course put your earth shield, lightning shield, those are mandatory things. And since in this build I'm going without the Wind Fury talent and the weapon enchant, so you want to put the two flame tongues. Now, for those of you that don't know, and I'm sure there is quite a few of you, you can only put one like this. As you can see, only one is applying up there, but if you swap your weapon slots you can apply both of them, so that's the way you want to do and to apply your buffs, and it's currently the best possible option for this build, so I recommend going that instead of Wind Fury and spending that talent point on something more better, something more useful. So when you see your enemy, or he's approaching you, or you're approaching him, you always want to start the things with the shocks. Flame shock is always mandatory to be on your target no matter what, so you want to always keep it up and always refresh it if it gets dispelled or if it expires. So if you're running to each other, of course you're gonna start with the flame shock, then the frost shock. If you are gonna chasing the enemy or he's trying to slow you down and run away, then you want to start with the frost shock and then go into the flame, because with the frost shock he's going to be slowed, and then you can just come close to him and pretty much start the fight. Also, there's another option where you can start straight away with the earth grab totem if you are if you want to be 100% sure that you catch that enemy and he doesn't run away, and also he may get in a panic and use his medallion to free away. Trust me, I've seen those situations, not on the high end ratings of course, but it's still a good thing. So yeah, by starting the fight you always want to apply your shocks. I already set the priority, and then you want to start with your Maelstrom builder, which is the Storm Strike, and then follow up with the Lava Lash immediately when everything is off cooldown. So you use your old shocks, you use your Storm Strike, use your Lava Lash, then you want to go for the Ice Strike, and by that time you should have the 10 stacks of the Maelstrom for sure, because again it's different using this on dummy because nobody's hitting you, and when you get hit you also get generated Maelstrom weapon stacks, so that's also a thing that you should take in consideration. If you see that procs are not that high in this video, it's because it's on the dummy and not on the real player, so keep that in mind. So of course when you get your 10 Maelstrom stacks you want to go for the Elemental Blast straight away, because not only that it's a huge damage dealer, but at the other side it gives you buff. It gives you either mastery, critical or haste, which is always good to have activated, because every little thing can cause your enemy to die. So yeah, that's the opener pretty much. Go for the shocks, go for the Storm Strike, Lava Lash, Ice Strike. Then if the Storm Strike is resetted, sure, use it again. If the Lava Lash is resetted or a Hot Pocket is activated, then you want to use that again, of course. Lava Lash is also a huge damage dealer here. So once we are past this starting point and you spent your 10 Maelstrom stacks, you're going to gain the Hailstorm, and the Hailstorm is buff. That is buffing your Frost Shock, and it's gonna be a huge critical, and it hits few more targets around. that enemy, if there is more, of course. If there is not, then it will hit only him, and it will deal also quite good amount of damage. So after you did all that opener, you used your elemental blast, you have the hailstorm procced, then you want to use your frost shock, and before you spend that hailstorm proc, you always want to use the ice strike before that, because if you're using this talent, Swirling Minstrom, which you should if you're following my guide and my talents and steps, then it's gonna be granting you new Maelstrom weapons, so that way you generate those stacks very good. So now that we are past that beginning phase, I'm gonna be talking about our actual buffs, or should I say burst. So important thing here with this tier set and this build is that you always use first your primordial wave and then you use your feral spirits, because our forced bonus says that the summoning feral spirits reduces the cooldown of primordial wave by 7 seconds. So that way you will have your primordial wave literally in 30 seconds, and you will have more feral spirit slash wolfies around to attack your enemies and more buffs for you, blah blah blah. So it's actually a very good combination and a very good burst. So how we want to play things, so let's go over again. Use your shocks, storm strike, lava lash, ice strike, lava lash again since it procced. And yeah, unfortunately I still don't have the 10 Maelstrom stacks, but when the enemy is hitting you back you will have it 100%. So once you generated that, you use your elemental blast, you can use ice strike once again and then go straight for the frost shock. After you did that, your next step is the primordial wave, and then straight into the lightning bolt, which will hit abnormally insane. And after that, just go straight for the feral spirits and just look at it, it's already at the 15 seconds cooldown, and you have 3 wolfies out, so you just keep pumping that damage, and by that time enemy will be forced to use their defensive cooldowns 100%, because they won't be living through that. So everything I already said, then primordial wave with the insane lightning bolt, then straight into the feral spirits. Then you will have once again hailstorm activated, because you spent 10 Maelstrom stacks which you generated for primordial wave, and of course don't forget to use the ice strike before that. So you will have more insane damage, because in this pack biggest damage dealer is the lightning bolt followed by primordial wave. Second biggest damage dealer is the elemental blast. Third one is the frost shock when it's boosted with hailstorm and with the ice strike, and the fourth one is the lava lash. So with this pack, unlike with the storm build, you actually have a lot of great damage dealers, so that's kind of your priority. Whenever you have the primordial wave and the boosted lightning bolt, you should use it. Of course don't use it when enemies have defenses up, it would be kind of waste and stupid, but again it's not a big cooldown, so you can do it. Whenever you use that, your wolfies will your feral spirits will also reset very quickly, because of Witch Doctor's Ancestry, which is very sick talent. So you will also be having them in like less than a minute for sure. And the last but not least, we have a heroism. So how my burst would look, we start with the shocks, going into the storm strike, lava lash, ice strike. Well, I'm just gonna go straight away for the primordial wave, because I'm very slowly getting generated. Then go for the feral spirits, and now that everything is up, just use your heroism and start pumping things up. So by the time that heroism comes with the cooldown, you will already have the feral spirits, and you will have used the primordial wave like twice, and it still will be off cooldown at that moment. You see, even the feral spirit that just procced from the primordial wave resetted its cooldown by the 7 seconds, and plus when you use this it's more seconds down, so it's literally insane. You can have your feral spirits all the time up, as you can see here. So yeah, I hope you understood what I'm trying to say and figure out, it's really nothing that complicated, and it's actually very good. So pretty much just follow your priorities whenever everything is so yeah, always follow the main damage dealers, which is Primordial Wave plus the Lightning Bolt. Whenever you can, use your Feral Spirits to reset that CD and also to have that constant damage. Whenever you have your Heroism, always look to combine them with those with Primordial Wave and Feral Spirits. And whenever you have the 10 Maelstrom stacks, you want to use it on Elemental Blast. Whenever you have your Hailstorm proc, you want to use it with Ice Strike and then Frost Shock, because that will deal tons of damage. And when you don't have anything from that and you have the Hot Pocket procced, then you just spam Lava Lash like insane, which will again deal tons of damage. Here I didn't also mention the Sundering. I usually use the Sundering for the extra interrupt. If somebody is trying to CC me or trying to heal themselves and stuff like that, and my wind share is on cooldown, then you want to use the Sundering there, because it is incapacitating enemy for the 2 seconds. So it's again a very good thing, and it deals quite decent amount of damage. So in situations where I don't have my wind share and I'm about to get CC'd or enemy is about to heal, I'm usually gonna be using Sundering. Also, if the enemy is very low on the HP and is trying to run away, then I will also use that to slow him down and to deal that extra damage. So it may bring the kill, and it used to bring the kill. It always depends on situation, but it is good for that. So it's not a part of the real rotation and priority, but it's there just as a utility spell, I would call it like that. So I always save it for harder situations, and when not, I will just use that for extra burst if I have nothing. But with this big amount of spells, you will always have something to do, so you won't be left with just you know, sitting and get your hands in the air. that's really not going to happen. So yeah, I would conclude the full rotation guide with this, by saying all of this, because I really think that I went through everything. In case you haven't found something clear, or you still don't understand, or you have any question, whatever, feel free to comment down below. I will gladly answer it. And yeah, I also want to talk a little bit about the defensive, since we are always in trouble with that. So whenever I'm getting fully bursted on and I know that some defensive cooldowns are going to be needed to be used, I will always start the things with the burrow. Burrow will be my first one to avoid, because you get underground for the 5 seconds, they cannot touch you, they cannot do anything. So by doing that, you waste the 5 seconds of their bursts. And plus on top of that, if you get out of the ground, they will be knocked up in the air for like another 2 or 3 seconds, and it will deal quite decent amount of the physical damage to them. So I find it very good and a useful defensive. I would like it to be like a 30 seconds less, it would be fair that way, but it's fine, it is what it is. It's better than nothing for sure. So yeah, in terms of defenses, that will be always my main thing to go with. When I'm getting in more danger, then next step obviously is the Astral Shift, and after that, if I'm still in and yeah, of course remember to have down the Healing Stream totem and to have applied the Earth Shield to you, because those little heals over time can actually be meaning something. And as you can see, Healing Stream is proccing very well. 42k when it crits, 21k when it doesn't. It's pretty cool for something that is passive, and nobody's going to be destroying the Healing Stream totem, because it's not a counter strike or grounding or anything like that. So always have your Healing Stream up, Earth Shield up. Whenever the enemies are going to jump straight to you, just go ahead and use your Earth Elemental, because it will boost your HP a lot and will make you more tankier. Whenever they decide to kill you and to, you know, ruin you with their burst, first go to the burrow. After burrow, if you are still in danger and you're in arena, he'll really use some defensive, and it's important to not overlap your Astral Shift with the healer defensive, because that way you'll be just wasting one cooldown. So I always let the healer use first, then I use my Astral Shift, and if I'm still in the danger, I use this Gladiator's Emblem Trinket, and that is kind of my last line of defense. in some situations, but very rarely. If I can, I will use the healing surge on myself, but at this point I feel like it's too weak and it's just a waste of it, so better spend those stacks to actually try to kill your enemy and hurt him, because once he feel endangered and feel on the low HP, he will start running, he will start healing himself, so the pressure on you will be relieved and you will actually live through those situations. And of course, grounding totem, I don't really need to say much about that. Pretty much use it versus every caster, versus every resto druid for the cyclones and stuff like that. And it's also a good savior when you're on open field and you're in danger and they start casting hard on you. Just go for that and your life will be safe for sure. So yeah, I guess by saying that I will also conclude the defensive part, and I really think that I rounded up everything for the rotation, both the attacking and defensive one. So yeah, with saying that, we have come to an end of a video. I really hope this guide helped you, both the rotation and overall the previous video that you watched or you didn't. And if you found it helpful and you wanna reward me with something, subscribe and a like would be the most simple thing and would make me the most happy, because I'm trying to reach my another goal to get the 3000 subscribers, and I'm also going to be start streaming very soon. So if you wanna keep in touch with all the Enhancement Shaman PvP content, then you're at the right place. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next one.